Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is At Home with Jia. And today we are talking about overcoming limiting beliefs. And before that, if you let me, I would like to actually draw a oracle card for you guys from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. Now, if you don't really care, if you're not really interested in like oracle or tarot readings, just skip forward and head on right into the video. But if you are interested and want to stick around for this segment, then yeah, let's just go and read your cards. So I picked, Spirit, so this card came out and the number 43 is the Owl Spirit, and it says, "You see clearly now." And those of you guys wondering, bottom deck energy is number 53 with the Seahorse Spirit. Watch and wait. Owl Spirit, Seahorse Spirit. Okay, so I'm going to be reading from my little book so I don't miss any information at all. Owl Spirit, arise to remind you that the wisdom within you is informed by your keen senses and the wisdom within the consciousness we all share. Even in the darkest night, the owl sees clearly and is guided by every sense it has, including the first sense of intuition. Right now, your sensitivities are turbocharged and you are receiving messages from all directions. Owl Spirit reminds you to be wise and pay attention to what's between the lines. What is invisible to the naked eye, what cannot be heard with the ears, and what others may not be able to perceive. With all your senses aroused, you have much knowledge available to you. Clarity will come as you sit with all that you are sensing, allowing your intuition to guide you in understanding the whole and not just the parts. Let your wisdom arise and be your guide as you trust the acuity of all your senses. Intuition is real and can provide the clarity you need to understand your situation right now. Your relationship, your finances, your job, whatever it is, you can see the truth clearly now. Okay, I love that. So this card is basically telling us to tap into our intuition and to listen to it, and even when you're like in some sticky situations, when you're in dark times, to just listen to your intuition and tap into it and let it guide you. I love that. I don't know if this resonated with any of you guys, but if it did, I would like to know. Please let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed our little oracle, I guess, reading session, I think I've done this like for my podcast, but I really want to do this, or I felt like doing it today in this Have I Life series episode. So yeah. Okay, got that out of the way. So now we are going to get into today's big topic, which is the great barrier belief, overcoming our limiting beliefs. So to overcome our limiting beliefs, we first need to understand what is a limiting belief. And a limiting belief is a belief that we have that is comprised of our past experiences, our present experiences, our environment, our upbringing, that really puts on a cap to our potentials. So a limiting belief can almost kind of be like self-sabotage, or like talking down on ourselves, like saying things to ourselves like, oh, I'll never never be smart enough to do this, right? Or my intelligence has already been set the day I was born. I will not ever be more intelligent, I guess, or my life will never change. Everything is always going to be the same. All of that is a limiting belief. It's a belief that you hold that basically holds you back from endless potentiality in this world. And I think limiting beliefs is natural. Like I think it just comes from us being in this world on planet Earth. You know, we, like, as kids, we hear our parents talk about us, about, I don't know, like our skills maybe. They encourage us in certain things, maybe discourage us in other things. And maybe we overheard like a teacher talking about us, or whatever we heard as like kids, or maybe even as teens and adults, whatever we heard, we kind of like be like, oh, this must be the truth because people have been saying it over and over again, or the same thing has been happening over and over again, so this must be the truth. However, our belief does not equal the truth, right? Our belief is very biased, very distorted. It cannot be the truth. It is not exactly what is happening right now, right? There's no way in hell, there's no way in hell that your belief that you cannot succeed at something is the truth, because the thing is, you can't, right? And we have living and breathing proof about that, right? You and me are living and breathing proof. Her and him and them are living, breathing proof that nothing in this world is impossible. It's just that we think it's impossible. And that's why it's impossible for us, basically, at this moment in time. It's not always going to be impossible. It's just that at this moment in time, it seems impossible because we have this belief, this truth that we hold, that doing this is impossible, when it's actually not. And it's not really surprising either, because we, again, life just throws things at us, right? We have this kind of like overconsumption of data that's from like technology and new social media and whatnot. So which is okay, you know, consuming these things is not inherently bad. We just kind of have to set boundaries and be aware of what we're choosing to consume. Now, having said what limiting beliefs are, I want you to now think about your own limiting beliefs. What are they? Where do they come from? Do you still believe in them now? And if you say, yes, what I think, my opinions and my beliefs are truly coming from my soul, they are me, they are 100% authentic, and they are coming from my true soul. And you say, that's not, and then you kind of say like, oh, well, that's not really a limiting belief. I then want you to ask yourself, if it is not a limiting belief, right? Why have you not achieved the things that you wanted to achieve? And I know that's kind of like a blunt thing to say to yourself, right? Nobody wants anyone to say that to them, so why would you want to say it to yourself, right? But the thing is, I really want you to think about it, because sometimes we have these beliefs that are not stem from our true being. They are not actually authentically to ourselves, right? An example is that I used to believe that I was not smart enough. And it's not because I am naturally not smart enough. It was because I hear other people being, other kids, right, being praised or coming from like, I guess, being Asian and stuff. This doesn't even have to do with Asian. It could be anybody in this world, right, of all genders, ethnicities, and races. But just coming from where I'm coming from, like my household, my parents, they were pretty strict with like grades and stuff. They try to ingrain like, oh, you have to get an A or you're dumbass, you know? You have to get an A, or look at everyone else. Look at this kid, look at that kid. They're going to like Harvard, they go to Ivy League schools, like, and they're going to Berkeley, where are you going, blah, blah, blah. They're doing this, they have like honors this, honors that. You know, and sometimes as a kid, as a fucking dumb and naive kid, I was like, yeah, I'm dumb. And I will always be dumb. But I realize now, well, not like now, like at this moment, but I realize as an adult that that's completely false. I have achieved a lot in my life that I thought was impossible, and it was all because of me getting over that limiting belief, right? It's all because I recognize what really was the problem, and I try to kind of like overcome that problem, right? I realized that me thinking this certain thing comes from like other people saying it, but when other people say it, it's not really the truth. They probably say it because they're like in a bad mood that day, or they just say it because, I don't know, they're jealous of you. That's why they say it. They say it to hurt you, but they're not actually saying it because it is the absolute concrete truth, right? People can say all sorts of things, right? Like you, like maybe like you can be the most amazing singer and you like, I don't know, maybe you have so many album sales and you reach top charts, whatever. I don't know. I'm not a singer or like a professional singer, but one person can say something like you suck at singing and you can just believe that as the truth, when it's like you need to kind of pause and be like, is that really the truth? Because if that's the truth, then why is someone else saying that they love my singing, right? They love my songs and my voice. So really try to kind of like take a look at your own limiting beliefs and really question it and interrogate it to death. And don't be afraid to kind of play like good cop, bad cop, right? And really like take the you know, like the lampshade and really like turn it to yourself and be like, interrogate yourself, be like, is that really what you think? Like, you know, really think about it, because it's so crucial to really be aware and to really question it and to see where things come from, because then you realize that they're coming from total BS. There's no like scientific fact that says that you are not smart enough or you cannot achieve something, right? It's just basically coming from nothing. It's coming from nothing. Two timelines, right? Two different timelines, two different alternative universes, and you're in this alternative universe where it's like, I suck, I can never get over this bump, right? I'm just stuck, I can't improve on my skill. But then there's another alternative universe where you overcome that skill. So you're basically trying to like, I don't know, jump, I guess, kind of like shift to a different state where you are that person that does overcome that obstacle. Nothing in this world is impossible. The only reason you think it's impossible is because, well, I don't know, because you tell yourself it's impossible, right? If you tell yourself that it's possible, then you will see that it's possible. And the thing is, the universe works in a really funny ways, right? The universe, how it works is that caution and courage go hand in hand, and when you have them combined, then oh my god, hallelujah, you are stepping into your dream reality, right? You are stepping into your dream self. You are able to achieve your desires, right? Because the truth is, if you want anything in your life to change, you yourself have to change first. You can't just wish that something in your life will change, because if you're not going to take action on it, if you're not going to put momentum in, then yeah, nothing's going to change. Right? If you want something to change, then you have to change, right? So and getting rid of our limiting beliefs, believe me, is really difficult. Like, I struggled with this for a very long time, but once I kind of learned how to do it once, I can just do it again and again and again. And you can do this too. You can do it again and again and again, because I know you can, right? I know you have the ability to. You're smart enough to. You can. And yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy to like really like to be vulnerable even to yourself. But for me, my favorite way to get rid of limiting beliefs is through, I feel like a SpongeBob, like the rainbow. Imagination. Okay, first of all, I'm sorry the camera's shaking so much, but imagination. And okay, so yeah, I meditate every morning for like not long, like 5 or 10 minutes. And sometimes I like to do this exercise where I visualize, right? I visualize what it's like to have what I already desire, right? To already be living the life where I already have what I want. To I tap into that feeling, that emotion of what it feels like to become my ideal version of myself, right? So what does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it feel like when I'm confident and when I'm, I don't know, wearing the clothes I want to wear, when I'm just fully authentically me, when I can just do whatever I want, say whatever I want, when I don't have to be ashamed of being my true self. Like, what does that feel like, right? I really try to tap into that energy and that emotion. And I know this is really funny, and it's funny the first few times when you try this technique and exercise, but believe me, there is a theory that goes behind this shenanigan, okay? So the theory is that our brain cannot actually tell what is reality, like what's happening right now, versus what is imagined, right? Especially when it comes to our emotions. But when you imagine something that really brings a lot of joy and happiness to you, then you will automatically feel joy and happiness, right? When you are imagining like happy stuff, like, oh, I have my dream desires, then you automatically shift to that high vibe, the high frequency. And when you shift to the high frequency, you attract other high frequency things to you, aka your desire, and you just become a high frequency being that's attracting more and more high frequency things to you, right? So yeah, that's basically the theory behind this whole imagination kind of thing. And I hope that you gained a little bit of insight listening to this video. You don't have to try out this technique if it doesn't work for you. Maybe you like to write things out more, or you like to listen to something instead of like actually just visualize some things, because I know it can be a little bit tough to visualize as well, because it's like, oh, like I have to visualize everything to the T, and it's like, no, you don't. But yeah. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was helpful, And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, afternoon, or evening, whatever, and wherever you're watching this. And I give you so much love and light, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!